Today you're going to learn how to build a thick neck without injuring yourself. Whether you want to enhance your physique and posture and get rid of your pencil neck, you may even have neck injuries that you are suffering with, or you want to build a strong, robust, combat-ready neck, which is vital for any contact sport athlete. Sadly, the neck is the most undertrained area of the body, but a strong neck could even save your life in a car accident. Everyone should be training their necks, so even if you're a complete beginner, this video will help you too. This is the most comprehensive neck training guide you will find on YouTube. So let's get stuck in. To start, we need to know which muscles we are training. The neck anatomy. There are 4 primary zones of neck muscles we will cover today. The front of the neck, which helps bring your chin to your chest. The back of the neck, which helps extend the neck and allow you to look up to the ceiling. The sides of your neck, which allow you to side bend and rotate through your neck. And the deep muscles of the neck, which help to stabilize the neck as well as maintain posture. I'm now going to show you how to develop each of these primary zones in a safe, step-by-step approach using gradual phases. Starting with phase 1. This phase involves teaching you how to access the full range of motion of your neck. With those experiencing neck pain in particular, it's a great starting point. It's extremely safe. You are simply moving your neck through its full range. The movements that will be conducted are neck flexion and extension, which is tucking your chin to your chest, then looking up towards the ceiling. Neck side bends and neck rotations. The rotations are the most likely to irritate the neck. If this is the case for you, instead of completing a full circle, simply start by doing this mobility drill in a half circle motion. 2 sets of 20 to 30 repetitions of these movements lay the foundation of building mobility through the neck joints in a very safe manner. Phase 2 is the isometric phase. Now, if you don't know what isometrics mean, don't worry. It's simply activating your neck muscles without them changing in length. The benefit of these exercises is once again, they are extremely safe. It develops our slow twitch endurance muscles in the neck that are important for maintaining posture. My 3 favorite strategies to use are with a gym bench or chair with a headrest, tucking the chin and pushing into that surface. Start with 30 to 40% of your hardest push, then you can build up as you develop more endurance. Also, laying on your back, slightly tucking your chin and raising the back of your head off of the bench 1 to 2 centimeters. This will train the deep neck muscles at the front of your neck. To work the back side of the neck, simply flip over onto your stomach and once again, hold that position. 2 sets of anywhere from 15 to 60-second holds work well for these exercises. Phase 3 is band resistance. At this point, you've developed a solid foundation of neck mobility and endurance through the muscles of your neck. We want to develop this endurance and foundation even further by using some banded resistance. The best way to do this is to use a light to moderate resistance band and fix it to a squat rack or vertical implement. Step inside of the loop and step away from the anchor point to make the exercise harder, and step closer to the anchor to make it easier. If you face directly away from the anchor point, you will load the front of your neck. If you face towards the anchor point, you will load more through the back of the neck. And if you face side on from the anchor point, you will place more resistance on the muscles found on the side of the neck. Once again, anywhere from 10 to 60 seconds works incredibly well to develop a solid base of neck strength, even if you have never trained your neck before. Phase 4 is bodyweight resistance. Now, you are all lucky enough to have a 5 kilogram weight stacked on top of your neck, which is the skull and brain. My big head probably weighs double that, but let's use that to our advantage for this next phase of training. To train the front of the neck, we will lay on our backs, hanging our head off the edge of a bench. I'm going to show you 2 variations, an easier one and a harder one. The easier way is tucking your chin up towards your chest, then stopping once your head is horizontal to the bench. To make it harder, you can allow your neck to extend all the way back, then going into the chin tuck position. This places greater stretch and length through the front of the neck, which is more challenging. The same concept can be applied to the back of your neck by laying face down on a bench and completing the same chin tuck into the fully extended position. Finally, laying on your side with your armpit flush against the bench allows you to fully side bend your neck and strengthen those muscles. I always advise starting with half repetitions before progressing to a full stretch muscle position. Starting at 12 to 20 repetitions is a great way to build what is called strength endurance. Phase 5 is band resisted isometrics and overcoming isometrics. Now that you've started to build some mastery over your body weight, it's time to add some resistance. The safest way to do this is once again starting with bands. With the previously described setup, instead of holding the position, we are going to be moving the neck at the same time. Variation 1 is side bending and variation 2 is head nods. From the side bending position, we will be facing away from the anchor point so that we are training the stabilizers of your neck whilst contracting one of the biggest neck muscles, the sternocleidomastoid. For the head nod variations, we will be facing to the side of the anchor point, which will challenge both sides of your neck as well as the front. These two variations are both excellent stability builders for your neck and get you used to moving your neck under resistance. We can also commence what are called overcoming isometrics, which is getting your muscles to produce high levels of force without any change in length. It's another very safe way to train the neck with some intensity. The easiest way to apply this is by using a Swiss ball. The two main variations I like to use is facing the wall and ball and completing the push, as well as facing side onto the wall and applying that same force. The beauty of these exercises is you can vary the intensity of the push, starting with a lower percentage, but like this video, you can build into pushing at 100% intensity. I suggest a repetition range of 5 to 15 with a 5 to 10 second push with each repetition. Phase 6 is the plate loaded phase. At this point, we have developed a really solid base of strength endurance. It's time to start adding some inches to the neck. Like every other muscle of the body, you can grow the muscles of your neck. One of the best ways to do this is by adding weighted exercises. Laying down on a bench with your head hanging off the edge, you can complete full range neck flexion and hold a plate over your forehead. This same concept can be applied by laying on your side, once again working through the full range of motion and working the muscles on the side of your neck. The best way to work the muscles at the back of your neck is actually using a cheap piece of equipment, which is a neck harness. $5 to $10 and you have one of the best neck training devices that exists. You may have even seen boxers use this technique in their training montages. As rotation can be awkward to add weight to, I prefer to use a moderate to heavy band. Anchor it behind your head and turn your head to the left and right. In this phase, you can use 2 sets of 8 to 20 repetitions, starting closer to the 20 repetition range, then working your way down to building true neck hypertrophy in the 8 to 12 rep range. Now these exercises alone allow you to build a very impressive neck. Not only am I going to give you the blueprint, but I have a full Krucial neck training program which will be free for the first 10,000 downloaders. I was originally going to charge $1,000 for this, but I want millions of you training your neck as it's so important for both injury reduction and performance. Once you watch the rest of this video, click the link in the description to redeem your copy. 3,000 copies have already been redeemed, so now let's cover the advanced phases of training. Phase 7 is the yoked athlete phase. To build a yoked physique, you can actually train very close muscle groups to the neck, and those are the traps. I'm going to share with you my favorite exercises for these muscle groups in the phase that I like to call the yoked athlete series. A strength exercise that works incredibly well is the trap bar shrug. This works well due to the handles being in a neutral position. If you don't have a trap bar at your gym, you can opt for a dumbbell traction shrug, which works as a 2-in-1 exercise, where you're building strong traps, but also stretching and mobilizing your neck at the same time. I also highly encourage holding the bottom of each rep for a brief period of time to promote the largest stretch possible through this muscle group. Phase 8 is the combat ready neck training phase. Now I couldn't call myself the combat therapist if I didn't give fighters some bonus advanced level exercises they can complete. These should be done carefully and after you've completed all of the previous phases. Wrestlers' bridges has been a staple for both boxers and grapplers throughout history. It has also been something Mike Tyson attributes to his chronic neck issues he's had for decades.
I broke my back, spinal.
While I think these exercises are valuable, they need to be progressed intelligently, and I'm going to show you exactly how. Firstly, by making this exercise variation less stressful and compressive on the neck. This can be achieved by doing the following things. 1 is using a Swiss ball, and 2 is completing the exercise in standing. The wall neck bridge takes a lot of compressive forces away from your neck, but still allows you to train a bridging position. Face away from the Swiss ball, pushing the back of your head into it. From there, extend your neck, looking up towards the ceiling whilst placing pressure on the ball. Once you can easily get multiple sets of 20 repetitions, you can progress to a momentum bridge where you're using your legs to create momentum and rolling up through neck extension. Once this becomes easy, you can remove momentum and make the exercise even more challenging. The soft surface of a Swiss ball makes this an exercise that complete beginners can eventually build their way up to. I personally don't think wrestlers' bridges are necessary for boxing athletes, and you could instead use a supine and prone bridge isometric on a bench, where you are not extending your neck and placing it under unnecessary compression. Wrestlers, however, often find themselves in these positions, so they need to train them. Instead of avoiding movements, let's use strategies like the ones mentioned to slowly build into them safely.
Training the neck is an essential yet often overlooked component of any comprehensive fitness program. Whether you're seeking aesthetic improvements, trying to minimize injuries, or preparing for high-impact sports, the importance of a strong, robust neck cannot be understated. Through the systematic, phased approach I've laid out, you can progressively and safely enhance your neck strength, function, and appearance. This isn't just about looking good. It's about enhancing your overall quality of life, ensuring safety, and optimizing performance. For those of you eager to kickstart your neck training journey, don't forget to grab your free copy of the Crucial Neck Training Program. I'm also running a neck training challenge for the rest of this year, and the winner will receive an iron neck device valued at $600. If you want to learn more about going from injury to elite performance, consider subscribing to the channel. See you in the next one.